Yona, she got a cousin, and she loved her cousin like a little too much. She's like, oh, I'm gonna marry my cousin. Don't worry about that. We're not gonna trip on that. I sighed. Oh, agree. Hi everybody, I am Whimsy, and I'm in my Shoujo girl era.
And I'm Namu, the love child of Usagi and Mamoru, and we are
Mutuals. Yay! It's been a hot minute since we recorded. I'm like, getting nervous.
Yes. So we have a special episode today. Kiss, kiss, fall in love with Shoujo. And we're talking all about Shoujo if you didn't get it from the title.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure there's a 75% chance that most people who watch 90s and early 2000s anime, like, dedicated time to watching Shoujo and didn't even realize it. Because there's so many of them. Like Vampire Night, Ouran High School Host Club, Maid, Sama, Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura. Even like nowadays there's a lot more like shoujo anime and manga that's being pushed into current mainstream media, like Banana Fish, stuff that you don't even realize is shoujo actually.
I watched like a few like videos online that would talk about like this is a shoujo renaissance, because like now people are putting like the funding and the money into producing shoujo mangas into anime, because let's be real here, the disparity between the amount of shonen that get anime versus shoujo, it's very, very scary to look at, but you know, that's kind of how it be like sometimes. So we are going to be talking about shoujo, but I just want to do a quick, if you don't know what shoujo is, you watch anime, you just don't know what I'm talking about, which is cool. I'm going to explain it to you. So shoujo is a demographic, and it's a demographic basically for anime and manga, or things that they're reaching out to their audience, and the audience that they're reaching out to is young girls, like I think like 12 to 18ish. And it's a very vague age points, because there's like mature shoujo like Nana, where I don't think I should have been watching that before I turned 18. But it's definitely like that. A lot of people misunderstand shoujo. They put any romance anime in the shoujo category when that is not what shoujo is. Shoujo does not mean romance. Let's say it right here.
It can have romance in it, but it's not specifically romance.
Exactly. So we are going to be talking about a lot of shoujo today, and I think we're ready.
I'd just like to preface that I am a shonen girly compared to Whimsy. I don't watch that much shoujo. Not anymore, at least. I read a lot of shoujo manga when I was in middle school and high school. So I know a lot more manga than anime, if that counts.
It definitely counts.
It does count.
I read a lot of manga, like shoujo manga. That's like my biggest amount that I've read. Like I swear I've probably read over 1,000. Like I'm not even capping right now. Like I think I was reading 1,000 shoujo mangas back in the day.
I want to be like you. So our first question that we had asked our Mutuals was, who's your favorite shoujo girl? So like I said, don't watch a lot of shoujo, so I had to think really, really hard and actually like Wikipedia what was shoujo and what was not considered shoujo. And seeing Ouran High School Host Club, I was like, yeah, that was my stuff back in the day, because I read the manga. I think I've maybe seen probably 10 or so episodes, but I read probably like 80% of the manga back in the day, and I always loved the main character. She being able to just, live her carefree life. She may be poor, but hey, she got into a nice rich school and she lived her best free androgynous life, and somehow getting into host club and everyone thinking she's a boy. That sounds like the life to me, honestly.
I love Haruhi. She's definitely an icon. She like basically hangs out with like the most handsome, richest boys. I feel like, even though they stress her out, I would say that she was probably one of the most stressed protagonists we got here. But oh, that's so great.
I would be finessing all of these men out of their money to help myself.
What was it? She loved fancy tuna. I remember that. She loves her some fancy tuna. That was her big thing. That is super cute. So my shoujo girl that I really like, which is my favorite, I put two, because I'm gonna say I tried to keep it to one, but I'm just so indecisive, so it was hard for me. So it is Momo from Peach Girl, and it's also from Kare Kano, the main character from that anime. That one just has a very special place in my heart because it's one of my favorite anime of all time, and I just really like it. I really love that the character, she was like hiding her true self, and I thought that was really funny because I feel like there's always this way that a main character should be in shoujo, and she was portraying it, but that wasn't her true self, and it was all about coming to terms with it, and I really liked that story. But back to my girl Momo from Peach Girl, she was my favorite because she was black. She was okay, she's not black, she's Japanese, she's just a little tan, but I swear, when I was young, I swear to you, I was like, that's me right there.
Black coded, like any character who's slight tan to them, they're instantly they're not Japanese, they're not white, they're not whoever, that person is black. It doesn't matter if they're not.
And I feel like black girls have like a special connection to Momo because I feel like that's it. If we're talking about shoujo, that's probably the darkest person I've seen. I'm not, that's something.
For real. So we asked our mutual friends, and one person said Sawako because she literally personifies the need for humans to connect with others.
Wow.
Now, I'm not too familiar. What anime is this?
This is Kimi ni Todoke, or From Me to You. They just got a season 3 after 10 years. They got season 3. It's like a really big thing. I watched season 3 too. I wasn't gonna let my girl Sawako down, and I completely agree. She's just a good girl. Like, I don't know how else to describe her. She just wants to fit in. She wants to befriend people. And I feel like that's it. That's all we really want in life.
No. Yeah, definitely.
That's super cute. So let's see what another of our any mutuals had to say. Oh, okay. Yona, she went from princess to revolutionary. I love her. I too love Yona of the Dawn. I think that series is, I feel like if it got an anime, like, because they don't have a season 2, it would be that bitch. Like, I'm not trying to be like shady or anything. It had action, fantasy, like all these plot lines. She was out here shooting arrows. She was out here pow-powing people. She definitely was. Have you ever seen Yuna of the Dawn?
No, but I need to get like a notepad to just start writing all these names because I feel inadequate right now.
She's really cute, and it's just like she's a princess, and ooh, I can tell you the shade. Okay, I'm gonna tell you some little stuff. Yona, she got a cousin, and she loved her cousin like a little too much. She's like, I'm gonna marry my cousin. Don't worry about that. We're not gonna trip on that. And she's a princess, so she lived her princess life with her bodyguard friend. And one day, on her 16th birthday, her cousin roll up and kills everybody. Even her daddy.
So
kills her.
Is this Game of Thrones? Is this?
It pretty much is. Yes, like that's the crazy part. And he's gonna kill her, and she escapes, and it's basically her like figuring things out, and you find out that she's like the reincarnation of this person that like had these dragons, and she has to go find these dragon characters, which are like hot men, because obviously this is shoujo. You know, one thing, they're gonna have a hot man.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And it's just it's very intriguing, and she goes from like princess to like she cuts her, she does that whole Sakura cut her hair kind of thing. So.
All right, you got my attention with the cousin coming to murder everyone. So, our next question to our animutuals was, "Who is your favorite shoujo boy?"
I could not choose. I know Haruhi's there, but just ignore her. My favorite shoujo boys are pretty much the boys in Ouran High School Host Club. I love them all for such different reasons. I feel like they're the best boys, and I was thinking really hard. I was like, I like that guy, but I was like, but is he Tamaki though? Is he Kyoya though? Is he Honey Senpai?
You have to choose. You have to choose. Life or death. You got a gun to your head. Who in the host club are you choosing?
Okay. When I was younger, please don't judge me. Kyoya was my man. Okay. Kyoya was my man. I know he did what he did in that beach scene. I know what he did, but that is not important. Kyoya used to be my man. But I'll have to give it to, no, I was gonna say Mori Senpai, but I think it's Kyoya. I just think he's such an interesting character, very entertaining. I like that. So what did you say?
So I really, 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 really loved The Angel when I was a kid. And it's one of those animes where it doesn't seem shoujo because the main character is a boy, and it's kind of magical boy transformation because he does transform. But Daisuke is the main character, and he transforms into the Phantom Thief, Dark. And I had the biggest crush on Dark as a kid. Cause
look at him.
He was charming. He was a phantom thief. He knew how to talk to all the ladies. He was cute, and also I really loved his voice actor. We're not going to talk about his English voice actor anymore because unfortunately he's canceled. But him as a character, that was my man's when I was like 10. Fun fact: when I was like, I don't know, like 8 or whatever, my mom took me to this S1E, which is a really, really big DVD pop culture store. And I picked up volume 1 of The Angel to get for my birthday, but my mom had called me to the other side of the store to look at these CDs, and I forgot that I wanted her to buy this for me. So I walked out the store with her, with it in my hand. I was a kleptomaniac when I was a child without even realizing it was my first anime DVD.
It was calling you. It was.
It was.
Aww. Isn't that the D and Age of the one where there's like a romance and the girl likes one of them but doesn't like him when he's not Dark? Yeah, the main like girl that Daisuke is in love with Dark, and her twin sister is in love with Daisuke. It's complicated. It's messy. Like halfway through the show, a third girl comes into the mix with like some weird Valley Girl accent that's kind of just trash. No, it's a messy anime. And they're all like 14. They be having the messiest lives at like 13. I'm like,
they really do.
I was home. That's what I was doing.
What is your favorite shoujo anime? Like I said, I don't watch a lot of shoujos. I had to really, really think about it. And honestly, Sailor Moon, which is a magical girl anime, but it's also shoujo, it's probably one of the most influential animes of all time for me personally. One of my very first, like, when I think about the first, like, 3 animes I ever watched, Speed Racer, Dragon Ball Z, and Sailor Moon was there. And I love Sailor Moon dearly. I love it. I even have a Sailor Moon like figurine behind me because Usagi's like best girl. Well, you know, Usagi's not best girl, but she's a good girl.
Oh, girl.
But what about yours? What was your favorite shoujo anime?
I know you're gonna be like mad. I picked 2. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I picked Kirikano. That's where I said I really love the main character. It's basically what I said before is basically what it's about. Like she's hiding who she is. Like she's like mean, she's selfish, she's spoiled, she's sassy. But at school she's like this perfect girl. But when she go home, she'd be like, you know, what's up? Like, you know. And he finds out that she's hiding her true self. And in true anime manga fashion, he blackmails her.
Of course.
But you know. It only because he is also hiding his true self, and it's a very interesting and complex. And the person who actually, I think they produced Neon Evangelion. How do you say
Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Yes. Look at that. They actually helped with the animation, and the animation is so good in the anime. It's so good. And then my favorite shoujo anime, and I say this because I have her poster, I have her DVDs of this anime, and it's Super Gals, and it's about these girls that are gals. And that basically means they're baddies. Like, just imagine, like, Megan Thee Stallion, that's it. They go shopping, they get their nails done, they go fighting girls, and people start looking at them crazy. They just have fun, and I just love that. I think it was cute. Like, they look at them.
I actually seen maybe like 2 episodes or so of Super Gals a long time ago. It was lived rent free in my brain, but I just remember it was like English dub, and they all had like Valley accents. And the 2 or so episodes I saw, I enjoyed it. So I don't remember anything about it, but I remember really liking Super Gals though. It was funny.
It was really funny, entertaining. So we asked our any mutuals what their favorite shoujo anime is, and I'm not surprised by this one at all. They said Nana, and it says, I love the fashion and how realistic it was. Have you seen Nana? Namu? Am I gonna have to?
No, but I know it is very popular, and I know it's messy.
Yes,
It
very
is
messy.
Very messy. I know it's very popular and very, very good anime. It's on my list, I promise.
I don't even know because I recently am rewatching it with my friends. We watched it in high school and now we're watching it now. And not trying to date myself, but it's been a minute. And we're like sobbing now. And I was like, I remember when we watched it when we were teens, we're like, hee hee. Now we're like crying. We're like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be a woman in this civilization. I've been done dirty by a man just like Nana now. Like, it's just so different when you watch things when you're older. I promise you.
So the other one that someone had said was Orange. Orange was so good and so sad. See,
I've only read this manga. I don't. If I didn't know that it wasn't sad, I probably would have never read it.
No, are we talking about triggering?
Yes. Orange. It's it's trigger warning.
Are we talking like trigger warning on the same level as like Wonder Egg Priority triggering?
No. So I'm gonna tell you, it's about like someone in themselves, like offing themselves. That's the main pushing point, and it's about a girl who this guy comes and joins her friend group. They have a little thing going on, but that's not here or there. And he ends up in himself in a different timeline, and she's sending messages to herself in this, like, I don't know if it's this timeline telling her that this is gonna happen and she has to save him because they didn't get to save him in that one because he did. And it's just so intriguing. I could say the manga was super good. I cried a bunch, and I don't like sad stuff either much. I mean, not much Namu. And it was really good. Wow. I didn't even know I had an anime. That's why I was like, oh.
It sounds like I'm going to be sobbing like into my pillow if I watch this though.
Yes.
See, I have a love-hate relationship with sad animes. I don't want to be sad when I'm watching something good, but I end up crying over like the silliest things in regular non-sad anime. So I'll probably be sobbing on this. So our next question was, what is a shoujo character you absolutely hate?
Ooh. Oh, I know who I picked. If you've ever seen Peach Girl, this girl you probably wanted to beat up. Like, I swear, I swear I only see people talking about how they would have gave her a 2-piece combo.
Oh my god.
They would have had her dragging her. She's the frenemy of the main girl, Momo, and she basically does everything like Momo wears, she wears it. But because she's light-skinned, let me say pale. Because she's pale, people like her more, even though they're wearing the same thing, and she'd be biting her style. Everybody likes her more because, she's more pale, and she just hates Momo, like, because she's just jealous of her. There's a part where Momo loves this guy, loves this man. That's her love. Oh, I love him, Toji. I even remember his name because I remember her saying, Toji. Anyways, she is like, approaches him, and she's like, oh, I'll help you get Momo, because turns out Toji likes Momo too.
Oh boy, of course.
She's like, we could practice kissing. That's what this hoe said. She's like, let's practice to her best friend's man. And she was like, she lied. She was like getting her bullied. She was trying to steal her man. She got a different man, Momo. Sai came and tried to steal that man. It was just so complicated. And
please
honestly,
tell me she gets like caught in all her lies.
She does. And I think she has a little redemption, but I feel like someone should have still beat her ass. Like, somebody just needs a good, that's
not
what
everyone
she
needs
needed.
a redemption arc.
I agree. Like, she's just a hater. A hater till she dies.
Certified hater. Mm-hmm. So, for me, mine, you're gonna hate me. Tamaki.
No way.
Host Club. I just found him super annoying. I hate is a strong word, but he was annoying. He, whiny when he didn't get his way. He would go to like the corner and be all sad when Haruhi would ignore him. He's like too privileged for me, and it's like too rich. It just I'm getting angry thinking about it.
It's valid, okay.
Okay, he just annoyed me as a character. I mean, I think he's cute, and him and Haru's cute together, but his personality just was not it for me.
I can see that. I feel like different character archetypes rub me the wrong way. I'm trying to think. I was like, I feel like it was good because it was like against like the silent mean type. Like he was a literal opposite of that.
He was.
No, he was annoying. He was annoying, and I loved him to death. He was annoying.
He was.
When he would call her like baby, he's like, "Oh, that's my baby. I'm the mom. I'm the daddy." I was like, "Excuse me, sir."
Please, you're like 15. Stop.
Exactly. So let's see our anti-mutual. I'm really excited to see who our anti-mutuals hate because I'm a hater. So let's see if I side. Agree.
So someone said Takumi from Nana. He's literally trash.
Literally trash. Literally. There's this audio. I wish I could play it on my phone. There's this phrase, like he has this line, and when I tell you, it infuriates me. He like calls the main girl, and I don't know if he leaves a message. He's like, "Oh, because you're stupid, and that's why you got knocked up."
Hey yo.
He was the one who knocked her up, so I want to know why he was out here. I don't know why he was out here being disrespectful. He's like, "Oh, you're a stupid girl. You don't know what you want. That's why you got yourself pregnant." I was like, you are one to talk, sir.
Everything I hear about Nana just gets messier and messier.
He's trash. I 100% agree with that.
His forehead is bigger than my future, though. That's all I gotta say. Jeez. Someone else said this one. Akito. Toru may have forgiven her, but not me. How are you going to abuse everyone like that? So this is from Fruits Baskets. I know that. Another anime where I never watched the anime, but I did read a good like 5 or 6 volumes though.
Yeah, so you know that Akito's the worst. So
from what I remember, I vaguely agree. I don't remember liking Akito.
She's out here pushing bitches out windows, scratching people's faces up, stabbing people in the eyes. I was like, whoa, you should be going to jail, not being forgiven at the end of it. So I completely agree. I get it though. Like I get the forgiveness. Like if it's Fruit Baskets in itself is so complicated. That's
another messy one.
It's so emotionally complex. So like, you know, so I agree though. I can see why somebody would hate her.
Fruit Basket's one of the animes that has that weird age gap thing with main character's parents.
Yes, Toru's parents. It was her teacher. Like the mom was in middle school, and that was her teacher. The crazy thing about that, we're gonna talk about it later, but it was messy. And they had a movie. They got their own movie for their little romance.
Good for them, I guess.
So the next question we end up asking our anti-mutuals is, who is your favorite shoujo couples? So now we're getting into the coupling here. And for me, I have to go with my lesbians, my girls. Revolutionary Girl Utena. Maybe because I'm like really on like, I've been like watching like, what are those videos that like talk about the anime? Like I'm watching a lot of those about Utena, and I just love them so much. I love how much they protect each other, how complicated their relationship is, how
another messy anime. Sorry.
Yes. Very messy.
A lot of shoujo are messy.
It's very messy, and you would think, oh, it's a magical girl, it's cute.
No. Also triggers to this anime as well.
A lot of triggers, and that's why I don't know if I even watch it again, because I cry when I think about it. I'm like, wow, that's deep, man. So I just love them. I think they're a cute duo, and they deserve each other.
I want to cosplay.
Me too.
Both of them. Like the red dress alone is beautiful.
I know, but Utena's uniform, I think it's really cool looking too.
And I love her pink hair, but
I can't.
Yeah, Auntie's red dress is just...
I love it. So who is your favorite?
So I couldn't really think of a shoujo couple, but as the more I thought about it, I thought about manga, which was Absolute Boyfriend. Have you ever read it?
I know Absolute Boyfriend.
I loved that manga series so much. I cried at the end.
Explain it to the audience because people may not know it.
Alright, so homegirl in the front, she orders a boyfriend. And he's a robot, basically. So she's lonely and she wanted a boyfriend and everything, and he's like super horny and everything, but he's like super nice and such like that. And but she's like totally not into the horny part. She's like super like shy and everything. But the other guy with the glasses, that's her next door neighbor who happens to be her childhood best friend as well. And of course he has a crush on her, and she kind of low-key got a crush on him, but she's more so into the robot boyfriend. And it gets like super messy with the corporation trying to take him back and everything. And it gets super sad, and in the end eventually he gets like decommissioned. And he like there's a whole love triangle going on through all of this, and he talks to like the neighbor, and he's like, hey, I need you to take care of her while I'm gone, and don't tell her I'm leaving because he's gonna get decommissioned. And she finds out later, but it's just like super sad, but also
wait,
so
did
messy.
they end up together? Did they end up together?
It's kind of like alluded to.
Oh, okay, because I was like,
yeah, it's not one of those things like she don't move in with him or anything. They're still like neighbors, I believe. It's been like 20 years since I read this, but definitely she technically does end up with like her neighbor in the end.
oh, I thought her boyfriend.
Second lead wins at the end.
Well, first off, he wasn't even human, so I feel like we can't even compare them.
Wow.
You know what I remember? Because I don't remember everything, but when he comes, when she orders him, I remember that where he's wrapped up, like, in a bow like that. I always remember that manga panel, and he's, like, naked, and I'm like, okay, I'll read it.
I like, rented this book from my library at my middle school, and I was like, is this age appropriate? Looking around in the middle of the library, it's like, why is this manga in my library right now?
Oh my god, my older sister used to have like bad manga, like plus 18 manga, and I would take it to school. We would be split, we'd be like passing it in the hallways, we'd all be reading it, we'd be like, yo, did you see what happened? I'm not even gonna say the title because it was so bad. I if anybody knows the series Sensual Phrase, in the name, it's very nasty. And we were like passing it around, and that's girlhood right there, because we all low-key knew, and we were all nerds, so no one's like, what are you reading? They're like, oh, look at these nerds reading some Japanese cartoons and movies.
Yeah. Oh,
and we're watching her get down. Yeah.
And you never got caught? Like none of y'all?
No, never got caught. I'm so happy because I would have gotten in big trouble. I would have got so funny.
So we asked our mutuals who was their favorite shoujo couples, and someone said Otani and Risa from Lovely Complex.
Aww.
Okay, so I see a height difference here. I'm assuming Lovely Complex is a height complex going on here. Is that the main issue?
That's the plot. That is the plot.
I can tell from the picture.
And they're like friends, but they hate each other. They be arguing all the time, but there's a height difference, but they fall in love. Aww. And I like it because it's for the tall girls. They got a win. I was like, that they were really cute. I think they represented friendship in such a cute way, like mutual interest. Like they both like the same things. They like the same rapper, which is crazy, but the rap, literally they had this favorite rapper, both of them, and they went to his like show. And I love the height difference. You have to see. You know what you should do? Instead of watching these series, just watch a good AMV. You get everything you need to out of that.
I see that he's 156 centimeters, which means I am taller than him.
How tall is he?
It says 156, and I am 157.5 centimeters. So
how tall are you?
I'm 5'2" and a half. So man's hair is like 5', 5'1". That's short kings. This is for you.
I'm 5'6", so this is fun for me. I'm probably this is us, Namu.
Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to Anime NYC next year. We're cosplaying this duel.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone will recognize it.
No, definitely not.
No, maybe one person. What did anyone else have to say? This is obvious. But next one, I knew someone was going to say this too.
Yeah. Tora and Kyo, they are soulmates, and I stand by it.
Ain't nobody said they weren't.
No.
They're soulmates. That's what that is. That's all I can say. My friend actually got a tattoo of them recently on her arm because she loved them so much. It's so cute. It's them holding hands and obviously like his beads. Super cute. Super cute.
Super cute. No, definitely.
In the beginning, did you think that they were gonna be together? Because I swear Yuki was gonna be the man. Yeah. I swear Yuki was her love interest.
It's like a Vampire Night situation. They make you think it's gonna be one couple, and then at the end it's like, oh, actually.
Actually, exactly. That's what happened. So
okay, so who would you consider the leading man? Would it be Yuki or would it be Toru? Because I feel like.
Okay, so okay, let's get the map out here. Let's think about it. I would say from the beginning, like even watching. Once you get past like a couple episodes, I feel like the vibes are already there. Like it's Kyo and it's Toru. Like Yuki has this thing with her. Obviously it's like this relationship and he loves her in his own way. But I started realizing that I feel like they start hinting a little bit more and more that Kyo is that one because they have like more time together. They're off canoodling while Yuki's off doing whatever Yuki was doing. I don't know what he was doing. But he wasn't a part of it. So I would say, oh yes, and the second male lead in this is not Yuki. It is Mamoru? No. What's the little one called? The rabbit.
I do not remember.
The rabbit. Damn it. And he's, oh my goodness. And I remember he has an accent. He's like a, I don't know if you ever seen, no, you didn't see the anime, but he's an accent.
I read manga, yeah.
And he's cute. He's like Honey Senpai. Like, that's his character. And he loves Toru, too. But why, halfway through, he goes through puberty. And he's like a man. And it starts getting weird because he used to be, like, hugging on her when he was little and cute. And now he's grown. He was the second male lead.
Those animal genes growing up fast in him.
Yeah, exactly. So, technically, he's the second male lead. I think Yuki isn't even considered a male lead because he never loved her romantically. I feel like that's the thing. So, sorry. I had to get into the logistics here, you guys.
What is a shoujo you absolutely hate?
Oh, this is me. Okay. This series called Ita Kiss or Itazora Kiss. It has I go by Ita Kiss. That's what I call it. And I hate it because I never wanted to like go into an anime and grab this girl by her neck and be like, stand up. Like I wanted to tell her stand up right now. And it's basically about her and she's in love with this guy. She's dumb. He's like super smart, super serious. She's dumb. She's silly. She's like, ah. And she loves his ass. Loves him. And they're moving in together because their families like end up living together. And you might think, oh wow, that's a cute romance. This man, he gives her like a bone every like 20 episodes.
He can care less about her.
Yes, and he'll smile like once. Like she'll go through it. She'll do all this stuff for this man. Then be like, do you even like me? And he's like, not really. And then he'll go and he'd be like, pat her on the back. He'd be like, actually, I'm kind of sorry about that. And she's like, oh my God, I love him.
She's down bad.
She's down too bad. And I actually saw they have a J-drama. I watched it too. Because I can hate the anime, but the concept is still interesting to watch. And you know, it's cute, but I just needed her to stand up. Like, I needed her to stop it with this man because he's not worth it. I do not like the trope, like, she fell and then she fell harder.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No. Men should be the one that's reciprocating more.
We deserve it. We deserve it.
Absolutely. So, I have a love-hate relationship with Vampire Knight.
Don't
more
we
so
all?
Hate. More so hate. Okay, so I absolutely loved everyone in this anime, and you know, it was all good, and I'm like, okay, Zero fine, and then Kaname fine, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. And I was like, ooh, she gonna end up with a hot, you know, vampire guy. But I was like, oh, but then there's Zero over there. And then they dropped that she's related to Kaname. And just I'm gone at this point. No, I don't.
Did you want her to be with Kaname at any point?
I did before I found out that she was related to him.
No, I was Team Zero. I was like,
no. I just didn't like Zero. I didn't like him. And I was just kind of mad. I was like, give me the vampires. Yes, this whole vampire, all of them in the white suits. They all look good-looking character bunch and everything. And then she's related to him.
Yeah, and isn't it crazy? She ends up with both of them, technically.
Technically. Endgame is Zero, but she was with Kaname for a good chunk.
A lot of people feel the same way. I feel like I dropped off. I feel like I never finished the manga I loved. It's actually one of the first manga I've ever bought was Vampire Knight. The art is so beautiful. It had such a cool gothic style.
It is.
Yes, I loved it. The anime, I started to watch it and then I was like,
the anime is kind of
I hate anime.
The animation is also kind of trash too. So it's classic early 2000s anime. So it didn't art-wise didn't age well. But the manga's great. Ending theme song to Vampire Knight is top tier, but
yes.
It just the trope of incest. God, no.
Generational incest, because I'm great grandfather twice removed. Isn't that how they're related?
No, really, no, that is exactly it. That is her grandfather. I hate it so much. Any anime where I'm not even gonna get to it. Next. Someone said that Boys Over Flowers, he literally bullies her. Ooh. Now, I've never read or watched it, but I am very familiar with the story because I know it was also a K-drama, it was a J-drama, it was also a Thai drama. I watched all of them. It's been redone so many of times that even I know the full story, and I can completely agree, actually.
Yes, I watched all of them. Don't get me wrong. It's awful. He does bully her. I'm not saying he didn't, but I watched the K-drama, the Thai drama, the J-drama, the Taiwanese one that came out that wasn't too long ago. I love that one. But if that was my daughter going to school and these 4 boys are out here bullying her, I would be right there in that office excuse me? What are you gonna do?
You are no longer going to the school, actually. Okay? Exactly. And we're suing everyone here.
And you fell in love with him? Come on, girl.
Yeah, no. I completely understand why anyone would not like Boys Over Flowers. The next one, Maid-sama. I just couldn't get into it at all.
I agree. I couldn't get into it either.
I've never watched Maid-sama. I know it's always on the list of shoujo animes.
It's very popular. Yeah, it's very popular. I think I read the manga and I really liked the manga, but I couldn't get into the anime. I feel like sometimes that happens where I'm like,
sometimes things don't translate well from manga to anime.
Yeah, exactly. I think shoujo too, because I think the art is so distinct. It always, when it becomes an anime, it just loses something, the life, the love in it,
Yeah.
So we decided the best way to kind of collectively finish our shoujo conversation, which I think we should have another conversation on shoujo manga, because I feel like that's where we would shine.
Please, I need to read more before we do that again. I need to know more about these manga and these shoujos. I feel inadequate.
I wasted my entire youth reading them, and now I'm barely a functioning adult, so but I have a lot of anime and manga knowledge. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to be doing a tier listing. Just quick, we're going to talk about the messiest shoujo that we think. So just out of the top of your head, Namu, when you think of messy, what shoujo anime are you thinking of?
Nana, instantly. From our conversations and from what everyone tells me, Nana is messy.
Very messy. If I can find Nana on here, maybe I'm blind. Am I blind? Oh, they don't have it. No,
okay, well don't. Then, vampire.
Oh no, I found Nana. I found Nana.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh yes, I agree. Nana is messy. I don't like how it's incomplete. That I know the manga took a break, they're not continuing, but that makes it even messier because now I don't know how it ends. If I had to say one of the messiest, I'm putting Boys Over Flower. I think probably one of the messiest. The whole bullying, she loved the best friend. That guy had a terrible perm. Like, it was just all messy. Alright, which other ones do you think is like top tier messiness? Look, your little...
Top tier, I would say definitely Vampire Knight. It was messy. Yeah, the whole Vampire Academy lusting after her. She dating her grandpa. She getting blood dry every like chapter.
Yes, I remember that he was always slurping up her blood, and I was just like, "This is very intimate."
No, it is with your grandpa.
Let's see if I'm talking about not messy, like really just good, wholesome shoujo. I love My Love Story, and it's the cutest thing. And it's just an innocent love story, and this guy who's like not conventionally attractive, and he doesn't think like people like him, but this girl like ends up falling in love with him, and she's like pretty and cute, and she just wholeheartedly loves him. This is what it should be. Even though I like it messy. I do like it wholesome. What are you thinking? Any here pop out to you?
Well, I would say pretty wholesome. It's not a slice of life, magical girl, but Card Capture Sakura on the top row. That's pretty tamed.
Tame? You think D? I don't know. That girl was feeding for her teacher. I feel like maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah, God, the age gap. Put it in B. The age gap's romance.
At least the main romance was okay.
There was like subplot.
There was also her mom and her mom's cousin. They had a thing.
Oh my God, and yes, both of the. Her Sakura and her best friend parents were like totally in love with each other. Not to mention Sakura's mom and dad age gap. A. Move it to A. It's messy.
It's messy.
It's messy with the age gaps.
Super Girls, I said I really love this story, but it was messy. It was messy, and like there's a low-key racist kind of part. It was a little complicated because it was about gals that like tan their skin, and that was like the enemies, and they'd be like, you're ugly and you're tan, and I didn't like that. But in general, it was just cute, but they had a lot of serious topics. And actually there is an age gap now I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
She liked her brother. This girl, she loved the main character's brother, who was a police officer, so you can imagine how old you gotta be to be a police officer.
And he's a cop.
And he was a cop.
Do better, please.
It was cute. Now I'm like, oh, it was cute. She was like a gangster. She was like a gangster. She was in a gang, and he like helped her get out of the gang. So I was like, oh, that's so romantic. No, it's not.
Nope.
Ooh, they have your D and Angel. Where would you put that one?
D and Angel. I would put it as in. I put it like B because they're, oh man. Okay, so Dark. My husband, he was flirting with all the girls, but half of them were 14, and they say he is 18. That is an 18-year-old flirting with 14-year-olds. Move that up to A, actually.
Right.
Because there's a subplot where this really she's like the popular girl, and Daisuke like follows her like one episode because she's like wrapped in whatever he's trying to do for that episode, and it turns out like she's dating some new guy, and that man is clearly like in his 30s, like, and she's 14. Like that man looked like he already has his own wife and kids. I hated
1K.
it. And not to mention, like, the main antagonist is always flirting with Daisuke too, and it's like he be playing into it. It's like a yaoi subplot going on.
Not
watch
that I don't mind the yaoi, but
watch it. DNH is really good.
I think Lovely Complex is down here. Like, it is not problematic. Even though sometimes he was calling her, because they would have, like, they would argue. She'd be like, oh, you're a shorty. And he'd be like, oh, you gargantuous monster. Like, he really be dragging her like that. But they were kids, so, I think that's low-key, like, it was not problematic at all. So, I respect it.
I see on the third row, Magical Dore Mi. That can go to like D. It's cute, and it's
I don't think there was any romance. Like, I think
No.
I would consider Do-Re-Mi not even a shoujo. Like, I would think that it's the one that's for, like, children. I think it's called Kodomo, like that demographic.
Yeah. And it's a magical girl as well, too. It's not messy at all. I mean, the main character, she lazy.
She is lazy. She was the worst witch.
She is the worst witch. She lazy. She don't want to do nothing. But I mean, she like 5. So
Yes, exactly. How can we be a hater?
you know, I was like, same girl, same. I don't want to do that either.
People don't want to work. That's the whole thing. That's a problem with society. Or on High School Host Club. I don't think it's that bad.
No,
Why do you
it's
think
not really
so?
messy either. It's not. I would, like C or D. Like it's pretty tame, honestly.
Yeah, there's like a love triangle, but it's not that serious. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all love her in their own way.
It really wasn't. It was just pretty chill, honest. Peach Girl's going up here. They were out here cheating. One girl thought she was pregnant. It was crazy. Like, she was like, she loved this guy, and then he was out here kissing her best friend, and then her best friend was getting pregnant by this older man, and then that older man's brother loved the main character, but he actually loved the nurse, who's a grown lady. Like, it was messy. This was the precipice of messy is Peach Girl.
Oh my goodness.
We'll do here. You do your last one. Which one? Do you want to do a nice, innocent one or a messy? What do you think? No.
Let me see. You know what? Innocent, not messy. Nah, I'm joking. Sailor Moon needs to go up top. Sailor Moon messy. Sailor Moon messy. Can we talk about Chibi Usa? First off, in love with her daddy. Like in love with Tuxedo Mask. She also trying to shoot Usagi. First time they meet, she got a gun to her face. Not to mention when she also like gets turns into Wicked Lady. She also in love with her daddy.
I agree. I feel like
Messy.
It was messy. It
Yuri
was messy.
subplot that was taken out of the American version.
Yeah.
And
Was
their
there any
cousins in
age
love with
gaps?
each other. Please, America.
I feel like it wasn't too messy because there was like they weren't really abusive relationships or anything like that. Like I feel like
The
it wasn't
old,
like that.
American dub, like they didn't really do a good job letting us know the ages, so they really made it seem like Serena and
Yes.
Darian had a huge age gap. They made it seem like that, like they made it seem like that man was in college.
Yes.
And she was like 14, which I think the gap was actually much smaller in Japanese, but
The Sailor Moon Crystal, when the movie came out like on Netflix, I watched it with someone that never saw Sailor Moon, just knew it in concept. And the first part of it was like, this is about Usagi, a middle schooler, and her boyfriend Darren, who's in college. And the moment they said that, the person looked at me like, what are you making me watch right now? And I was like, it's not like that. I was like, please, don't judge them. It's not like that, I promise.
they're actually much closer in age, please, okay?
They are. It's a... Don't judge.
It's
Only God can
complicated.
judge. I had a lot of fun talking about shoujo anime with you today, Namu, and with our Annie Mutuals. I love their responses. But since we're ending, I wanted to let you guys know to make sure to follow us on YouTube or subscribe to BlackGirlGamers if you want to see or hear more.
We also have a link tree where it leads you to a whole bunch of other podcast-related websites like Deezer and Spotify.
And as always, Annie Mutuals, see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.